In just 1 week, a decades-long rivalry between Israel and Iran has exploded into one of the most dangerous confrontations in recent memory. This rapid escalation has plunged the region into deeper instability. The human cost is already staggering, with hundreds confirmed dead and thousands injured. Both nations now face a rapidly worsening humanitarian crisis. The international community watches with growing alarm as the conflict intensifies. This report details the events of the past week, the devastating impact, and the historical context that fuels this tragic cycle. It began on June 14, 2025, when Iran launched a major missile attack into southern Israel. This was one of the most significant direct strikes in years, marking a dangerous shift in the conflict. Iranian officials stated the attack was in retaliation for an Israeli cyber strike that had disabled parts of its military radar network days earlier. The missiles hit multiple civilian areas, including a hospital in Ashkelon. Initial reports confirmed at least 240 Israelis were injured, among them doctors, children, and the elderly. Israeli officials reported 34 civilian deaths and declared a state of emergency in several southern districts. The attack caused widespread panic and significant infrastructure damage. Emergency services were overwhelmed, struggling to cope with the influx of casualties. This direct assault shattered any remaining illusions of a contained proxy conflict. Israel responded within 48 hours, not with restraint, but with a full-scale aerial assault across Iranian territory. This swift and powerful retaliation targeted nuclear research facilities, air bases, and communication hubs. Israel's strikes reached deep into the cities of Isfahan, Qom, and Tehran. Iranian authorities have confirmed at least 672 deaths, including civilian engineers, emergency personnel, and university students near research sites. Another 1,100 Iranians were injured, overwhelming hospitals and aid stations already struggling with limited resources. The scale of destruction in urban centers was immense, with residential areas also suffering direct hits. The retaliatory strikes demonstrated Israel's capacity to project power deep into Iran. This exchange of direct attacks marks a perilous new chapter in the long-standing animosity between the two nations. The immediate aftermath saw widespread blackouts and communication disruptions across affected Iranian provinces. While this week's events were explosive, the roots of the crisis run far deeper. Israel has long maintained a policy of preemptive military dominance in the region. This includes unacknowledged strikes in Syria, Iraq, and Iran, often targeting what it perceives as Iranian-backed threats or nuclear ambitions. Critics argue that this consistent pattern of aggressive action and unacknowledged operations has fueled cycles of retaliation. This approach, while framed as defensive, has often contributed to regional instability. It has created a volatile environment where tit-for-tat exchanges can quickly spiral out of control. Iran, meanwhile, has supported proxy groups across the Middle East and routinely challenged Israeli influence. Its strategic depth and asymmetric warfare capabilities have been a consistent point of contention. This complex interplay of actions and reactions has defined the relationship for decades. Beyond the numbers lies the profound human cost in both countries. In Israel, more than 70,000 civilians were evacuated from high-risk zones. Entire towns have been shuttered, and children are sleeping in bomb shelters. Schools and businesses have closed indefinitely, disrupting daily life. In Iran, blackouts now affect 3 major provinces, severely impacting essential services. Water is scarce, and food prices are soaring due to supply chain disruptions. Tens of thousands of families have fled urban centers, and temporary shelters are packed beyond capacity, creating a dire humanitarian situation. Aid workers on both sides speak of pervasive trauma, panic, and desperation. The psychological toll on populations living under constant threat is immense. This conflict is not just about geopolitical maneuvering, it is about the lives of ordinary people caught in the crossfire. The United Nations, European Union, and regional powers have all called for immediate restraint. Despite these urgent pleas, no ceasefire has been accepted by either side. Diplomatic efforts are underway, but progress remains elusive as both nations remain entrenched. The United States is deploying naval assets near the Strait of Hormuz, signaling its concern for regional stability. Russia and China have warned that further escalation could trigger a broader regional conflict, drawing in more international actors. The potential for a wider war looms large. Meanwhile, humanitarian convoys remain blocked and vital supplies are running dangerously low. Children in both Israel and Iran wake up each morning not knowing what the next hour will bring. The world watches, hoping for a de-escalation that seems increasingly distant. As of June 21, 2025, the numbers are stark and continue to rise. 672 Iranians have been killed, with over 1,100 injured. On the Israeli side, 34 lives have been lost, and over 240 injured. These figures represent families shattered and futures irrevocably altered. Tens of thousands are displaced, seeking safety wherever they can find it. Millions more live in constant fear, their lives upended by the conflict. This is no longer a standoff. It is a humanitarian emergency unfolding in real time with devastating consequences. The images of graves being dug and mass funerals underscore the profound tragedy. As both governments dig in, it becomes clear that peace is no longer merely a choice. It has become an urgent necessity to prevent further catastrophic loss of life and regional destabilization.